guys, how are you all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So this is our TD Sequential look at the major markets. So straight over to those charts. Right, so starting with the S&P, you can see we had our shorter term trade idea based on the top of this daily 9 we had. It was pretty much just a simple case of if you break above that daily 9, that level, that high, then I mean expect at least to get to the 786, which be very I mean it's very nearly. It's a case of a few basically a few dollars, isn't it? So very close. And obviously it's not over yet. We still could get to it. We still could go above it and keep going. But either way, that's the initial target. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, obviously downside wise, we're still kind of looking at these levels. We're still looking at under, well, say 3020. And then obviously under the 200 day, which will be around that level almost exactly. But yeah, at the moment the trend is still up. So we can't really do much about not do that much about that, but we can't really say, oh right, we've got to take a short now. But you can see the 21, we've got quite a bit away from the 21, and when we do, we tend to come back towards it. So I'd expect to move back. Also, what we have here in the price action, something that you notice over time, you kind of see how this price action is moving up and down. When we get a very sort of smooth channel in price action, like we've got going now, I'll draw these on but I'll delete them. When you've got a very nice smooth channel of price action, what this means is that bulls are buying and buying and buying and buying, and they are not having any point where they have to contemplate taking some profit like you would do in these moves down. So they are just piling on extra positions, extra risk. So eventually when we do break out sort of under this channel and they do have to take profits, they are obviously having to take profits on bigger positions. So this is kind of like this goes back to how I talk about how lower volatility means the price of an asset can usually basically go up in almost all occasions. The lower the vol, like the lower the VIX for example, the higher stocks go. And what that is that's basically lower volatility. So when you have a lower volatile asset, you can put more money into that asset. If you put more money into that asset's likely going to go up. So if you have a higher volatility, you can't have as much exposure to that asset, so you have to take some of your exposure of that asset off, in which case you're selling, in which case that asset goes down. So it's quite simple really. So obviously this lower volatility that we've got going on here means that people can invest more money. So but obviously low volatility leads to high volatility, and obviously vice versa. So this low vol move will be building up sort of pressure, and eventually it'll have to let off steam. So yeah, I mean when we do break below, like say this rising trend line, I mean we will draw it on actually. So this is on a daily. So when we sort of break below here, this level, I would then look for a larger than normal move down. I know we're not really getting many moves down at the moment, but I'll just move this out of the way a bit. But yeah, a larger than the sort of average move down that we're getting now. I mean potentially just down to the top of this line here. So we'll draw it on actually, so we can kind of see what we mean. So potentially down to the 618 and retest that. That's basically an initial first target. And then yeah, clearly we'll have to see what happens from there. But yeah, so anyway, right, so look, what have we got? Anything on the 4 hour that we need to, anything interesting? Potentially if we got, so we have got a 4 hour 9 here, so a potential sell trade if you break below there, but we have got, that's the same level we've got here from the top of this 9 also. So nothing we can really draw on there. Right, so NASDAQ, let's have a look at the NASDAQ with its, let me just show you its weekly 9 here. Daily, did we have a daily 9? No daily 9. I know that we had a 4 hour 9 because I just saw it, but yeah, we've got a 4 hour 9. So this is obviously the weekly sell level. We could potentially move this higher for a more shorter term sell level if we break below, if we basically break below this level here. So I'll move this up. obviously we've got the weekly 9 where we knew the level was on the weekly 9. So if we look where that means now, it means we're going to be in this candle a bit. But again, that's just a weekly candle. This is a more actionable trade off a 4-hour candle rather than looking for like a weekly 9 pullback for like 1 to 4 weeks correction. But anyway, yeah, so potential sell entry here in the Nasdaq if we break below there. I mean, obviously I can't say breaking above the 9 because we're above it already, and then even on the weekly, the 9 candles, we're still near the top anyway, so there's no, you can't really put a line above the top of that and say, yeah, as soon as you go above there, onwards and upwards. Right, so the Russell is another interesting one. Yep, so we've got this level actually was based on a weekly again, but it lines up perfectly with this 4-hour 9. So we did get a break below, but we faked back up. So that wouldn't have been ideal for the trade. Also, we've got the 12-hour one here. 12-hour 9, we could potentially move that a bit lower, and then we've got the weekly one here. And obviously we are basically at the top of that weekly one. So I'm just gonna have a look, see if we can potentially move this. I mean, it's more a case of moving it down really to below this 9, but we'll leave it where it is for now. And in fact we won't. We'll move it down a little bit to in line with the top there. So yeah, a break below here I would say would be a bit more prudent, a bit more conservative. Right, so oil's obviously having had a bit of a move up, but then it's sort of consolidating that move, as we can see here on the daily, probably more clearly seen on the 4-hour. Let's have a look at this on the 4-hour. So yeah, look, see, we had the move up. Sorry, we had this move up here, and now we're sort of consolidating this move. 4-hour 9, great 4-hour 9. You can see these 4-hour 9s are generally playing quite well. Nice one there, nice one there, nice one there, and we break through this one with no sign of a sell trade. So that would never have caught us out looking for a trade off that. But this would have been a great trade. Sell here at about 37, and we're under that actually currently on side. So you've got you're playing with house's money now if you put your stop at break even, and then see if we get a larger move down. So I know this has already happened, but we'll draw this on. Again, I say this, sometimes I have to draw them on in hindsight after you guys are watching the video, just because when you guys are watching the video, because I can't just wait to do the video when it's actually printing. But yeah, so that would, obviously you guys know that would have been the sell level, would have looked forward to breaking below here, which we are now. Yeah, I'd expect it. Well, to be honest, it is strong, so maybe a move to this sort of resistance level here. Support level, which was an old resistance level, and then if we break that, then down to here, and then obviously you know the rest, you know where we're going with this. So yeah, potential nice 4-hour sell in oil. Let's have a look at gold. We looked at gold yesterday and the move down. So yeah, so we had the 9 trade. We had basically the trade if we broke below here and further down, which we got a pretty swift move once we broke under. We had a 9 here, so obviously the trade was to basically trade above here, which was trade above here, which is 1705. And then there's the buy trade, and look, that's looking pretty good this morning. So that was a good trade. I was eyeing this trade in real time, but I didn't actually put it on because it is quite a dicey level for gold, and I didn't particularly like basically the risk reward of what could have happened if we dropped out. I mean, I could have done it with a tight stop basically below this candle here, but I didn't. But that though would have been a great buy, and I'm a bit kicking myself after for not buying it. But that's just a human emotion that you're going to have when you don't take something that does go up. I can't look at it any other than that basically. Yeah, so nothing really on the 12-hour, nothing on the daily. But yeah, great 4-hour 9 there, so potential move back up, and gold does trade very nicely off the 9. So again, especially annoyed with myself for not having the confidence to do that. But yeah, but gold was looking a bit. Obviously gold is like the stock markets. It's had a big move up and it's sitting at high, so at any point we may be expecting a larger than average correction. So I think that may happen at some point, so we'll keep an eye on that. Potentially if the dollar starts to strengthen up, I think that will be the trigger, and we will possibly get a bigger move down in gold and also silver, but I'm hoping not as much in silver, and the gold silver ratio keep going down. But yeah, in gold, I mean, I'm starting to feel like let's have a look at this on a larger time frame. I'm starting to feel like we are distributing. If you guys look at Wyckoff distribution at all, and accumulation obviously at lower levels, but yeah, just looking a bit like distribution at the highs. So I'm expecting I mean, yeah, maybe a move down to sub 1600 actually. But obviously we'll know if we start to break below these levels. I mean, I will put this little line in here. This is sort of the line, more the line in the sand, for like a larger time frame, a larger scale move down. And I think that will probably well, yeah, if we get below there, I think it will take us to at least around here, potentially even the 200, but I probably wouldn't expect that. But yeah, there's a larger time frame potential move there in gold. So yeah, that was partly why I was thinking, is this it? Is this the start? Is this the start of a potentially bigger correction? Obviously, you could see we were at that low as well. If we took out that low, I had no doubt it would have got more downside. So gold was looking a bit dicey, and we may still be dicey, guys. We may only retrace mid this move down, so stay around here and then reject from there and then come back down. So something to consider. Yeah, silver. Yeah, so silver didn't get the 9 on the silver on the 4 hour. Do we get anything on the 12 hour daily? No, nothing on the 12 hour or daily. But yes, the silver pretty much yeah, it's hard again to tell with silver. I mean, it's looking stronger than gold at the moment. We did basically find support at this nice level here. So yeah, potential move onwards to new highs. If gold obviously goes up or stays where it is, I think that'll definitely be the case. If we go down though, if gold and silver do go down, I do expect this ratio basically to keep coming down, which means silver won't be as weak as gold. Get a bit of a move in Bitcoin here. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Over to copper. Copper didn't quite make the top of our channel and didn't quite make the 9, which is a bit annoying, because that could have been a good trade for us. We didn't make it on the 12 hour, and we didn't make it on the daily either, clearly. But yeah, so copper showing a bit of showing a bit of weakness, obviously not able to just make those last couple of 4 hour candles to touch the top and print the 9. So yeah, moved down with nice reversal candles here as well. So are we going to get supported at this sort of mid-range of the trend, or are we going to play down back towards the bottom of the channel, and then you never know, break through the channel, who knows? But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm looking at in copper. Wheat futures was a great 4 hour buy yesterday that someone brought to my attention down here. Nice 4 hour buy. Basically, it was literally like picture perfect. This was it was a case of break above this 9 here, and there you go. There you can see the move, and that's a pretty big move, I think. So breaking from here, it was basically a 5% move. So very nice trade. And now it looks like we're potentially forming a sort of a pennant stroke. I mean, it's quite flat topped, this pennant, roughly speaking. So maybe we're going to form an ascending triangle and then bust our way through that 200 period on the 200 period on the 4 hour. So yeah, in hindsight, that was a fantastic trade. Let's have a look at the 12 hour and the daily. I know they were coming up on 9s as well on higher time frames also. Yeah, we had the 9 there, but we obviously didn't trade above it, so there was no trade up until this point. So that would have been your buy here based off the 12 hour. And on the daily, daily didn't quite reach the 9 either, and I think this is what I was waiting for. I am reluctant to take the 4 hour trades when we're on basically red 7s. So because I feel like we can usually get to the 9s. So but yeah, was a fantastic trade though. So yeah, shout out to the person who took that one. Let's have a look at let's not look at uranium futures. How is CLX doing? So CLX daily. So we had the 9. We had basically the level we were searching for, and the arrow, and literally that just basically traded down there, pretty much perfectly. So there you go, daily sell on CLX, nice trade down, and yeah, bounced off then that level, that sort of support level, and then back up to where we were. So I mean, if we're gonna keep going bullish, I mean, this is the buy level. If we're gonna keep going, that is the buy level. You put the arrow on there, but yeah, failing that, obviously we've got this low here. If we break through this low, this is now even more important level than it was before. So break below there, expect some more downside. Boyd Gaming, this is the bane of my life, this company. Yep, so we've got the daily sell, but we're just strong. We're coming up to the 200. Hopefully we get rejected at the 200 because I'm currently short this asset. But yeah, for fundamental reasons, not for TD reasons, but hopefully we'll get short. We'll basically get a move down. Fingers crossed, otherwise I will be stopping out of this soon because it's getting a bit ridiculous. Yeah, let's have a look what else we've got going on. Yeah, so literally it is a case of breaking below this 9, which is at about $20.50. And yeah, hopefully we're getting rejected by the 200. We'll have a look at one more. TDOC. I do know this is a this was one of my one line longs I was buying, but after we sort of had this big move down here, I'm now not so convinced because that's clearly a lower low on the daily, clearly a lower low, and clearly that was a lower high as well. So, and this could even end up being a lower high again. And then if we take out this level here, I mean, I think it's curtains for this one. I mean, it's had a pretty punchy move up so far, guys. So this has got plenty of downside to correct, plenty of downside on it. So, so there you go. I've just basically explained to you why I am now out of this asset. Notwithstanding though, breaking the new highs clearly invalidates what I'm saying here about lower lows and lower highs, because then that would then be a higher high clearly. So that puts it back as a buy above here. But so for the moment, I mean, we break this level. I mean, even in fairness, we could possibly put a level around here as well. But I'm not going to. But so if we break this, then definitely down to the 200, and then we got to decide: does it want to stay bullish and get supported by the 200 around here? But yeah, so that is what I'm looking at. So basically, this is what I think is the most likely. I mean, this is I say these things regardless of what I think is the most likely scenario, because that's just goes aside. That's just goes to the side, because you can see what happens when I have fundamental views on things. They often don't work out so well. Yeah, so it's a pure technical play. This is obviously a daily time frame, so big moves above there, new highs, just buy, just keep buying. And then not financial advice. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice, guys. And then obviously breaking below this new low we put in, and this obviously horizontal support level, just at least a 200. So interesting trades there. I do know someone that's quite heavily long this as well. So yeah, shout out to them, even though I know they don't listen to these. But anyway, so there we go. So remember, guys, not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys soon.